Yeah, it was much better than last week in terms of energy and urgency around what we did. So lots of things we came to do tonight we did, but some very uncharacteristic defensive lapses sort of kept them not just in the game, they were actually ahead at half time, whereas I felt we had played well enough otherwise to second half it was pretty solid. Left a lot of tries out there, and so but the fact that we're creating chances the week after you don't score a point is pleasing. So it's a good win. I thought, it's good, great atmosphere with all the crowd here, and just nice to get the 2 points.
Talk about the defence. Is that just sort of easing into the season? Like, what do you put that down to?
I think so. Like, some of the defensive lapses were some of our better, more experienced players. So, I don't think you'll see that again. I think that's just part of maybe a bit of lack of confidence. We don't quite have our game together at the moment. Credit to Parramatta. We got some pretty handy players in there. They sort of had us worrying about stuff that maybe was out of our control rather than what was in front of us. So, but I thought we'd fix that up, and some resolute defence at certain times in the second half is much better.
How's the finish going? Like a pretty nasty shot there from Reg in the first half.
Yeah, it wasn't an incident. So, he did it early in the game and was just losing power. So, I'm not sure. Scans are going to have to work. We'll know more after that.
When Smith comes in, or is it a conversation to be had there if he needs to miss some time?
Yeah.
How was that crowd? Because you come off a hostile crowd in England, and Melbourne's a really tough place to play. Do you sense that gives your players a boost? Because you had very different environments the last few games, didn't you?
I thought over in England the atmosphere over there was unbelievable. That was actually just a great experience to be a part of that. As you said, Melbourne's pretty hostile down there too, so it was great to be here and having a few more fans actually cheering for us. So that's always fun, and to our first game here to have it sold out. Obviously, Battle of the West always big. There's a lot of Para fans too. It's always good fun and good to be back here.
As a halfback, how do you rate Isaiah's technique?
Oh, perfect. He might need to start giving me a few tips, I reckon. He backed himself too, Mr. Conservative. He just put it on a dime.
It was a bit of a turning point, though, wasn't it? The game was in the balance there.
Yeah, I think as Dad touched on, we had a lot of opportunities that we just weren't sealing. So to get one like that was nice. So good man, Yowie.
And Isaac Tago's signed the extension this week. Played like it gave him more confidence. He carved up, didn't he, all night? He was dangerous every time he touched the ball.
Yeah. Well, firstly, we're stoked to have him stay on board. I was actually one of our locals at such a young age. Has already done a lot, so his best football's still a long way in front of him. We got a little bonus there with Simonson going off early, and so there's some opportunities down that edge. And for the most part, I thought he looked dangerous all night. So it'll be a bit better for that run. I don't think he's ever run that far in his life. So he's a bit tired by the end of it, but played well.
You talk about the attack having a bit more energy tonight. We see this club loses great players every year. Realistically, how much change needs to go into losing someone like a Stephen Crichton to be able to bounce back and attack like you guys did tonight?
Well, I thought, it wasn't so much the attack. We just lacked a bit of energy, full stop last week. Not a lot, but enough, against a team like Melbourne. They just had more. They just, we struggled a bit in that sense. As far as losing Critter, you just can't replace Critter. He's, what he brings and what he's done for our clubs, been amazing, and you can't replace it. But I don't like some players before that, even way back to Birdo and Kurt Capewell, Kicks, Happy. So you don't replace them. You replace them with someone, but not like for like, and then you just have to fix, evolve as a team and work out other people's strengths, and that takes some time. It took us some time last year, and it's probably going to take us some time this year as well.
Isaac's best game in the Panthers jersey, potentially?
It was up there. I think just the threat he posed and But that's what he brings to the table, and I think he's just going to keep growing. I think it's easy to forget he's only 21 years old, so he's also starting to put some games together now. Hopefully he can sort of keep it going. I think last year he had a few good good stretch of games where he was playing well, but then was struck down by injury and sort of disrupted the end of the year. So hopefully this year he can keep going and elevate.
Parramatta were saying before they felt like maybe downtown was something that could have been called more tonight. Obviously the NRL's flagged that they are going to start cracking down on that rule. Do you feel like as a playing group you guys are adjusting well to those changes, or is it the kind of thing that maybe takes a little time to adjust to it when that rule comes in focus more this year?
I think we're adjusting to it pretty well. I thought it was good tonight, and I think we sort of capitalised on kick returns later in the game when there was sort of that cycle footy, and we started to do pretty well with that. So I think we're adjusting to it well.
Ivan, Mitch Kenny back in the team, playing the full 80 minutes. How important, and top the tackle count as well tonight, how important is he in the middle of the field?
Yeah, very important. I mentioned earlier that when we lost Appy last year, it was tough for Mitch because we always backed him to be able to fill that role. He's completely different to Appy, but his role for us is valued. Just the way he stiffens up our defence, and he's a great team guy and do anything for the team. And that was on show right throughout the 80 minutes. So, every time we needed a big shot or some energy or something, he came up with it. And he was, I thought he was really clean at dummy half, which is for 80 minutes when you're top in tackle count, especially early in the season, and didn't play last week. I thought that just shows his level of fitness. So we certainly like having him.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.